CPI inflation data was just released and it caused some pretty choppy price action on gold, which we can see the consolidation right here, but it wasn't too bad for equities like Nasdaq, US 30 and SP 500. We can see the spike that we got here and even the pullback and continuations to the upside. In this video, I'm going to break down what inflation data came out as, also the reactions that we got from gold, the US dollar and equities like Nasdaq, US 30 and SP 500. Now I mainly trade Nasdaq, so that's really what I'll be covering here. You can apply this to US 30 and SP 500. Then I'll break down the actual trades that we're taking both on NAS or gold, if any. We can see a couple of the entries right here. We're gonna go in depth on these. And as a bonus, I'm gonna cover why we had this aggressive drop on pretty much everything at 9:45 a.m. during New York session. And I'll give you a little hint, it was because of Trump. My name is Josh Pavao. I've been trading the news and economic data full time for 5 years. And I make these daily recap videos to show you guys that traders can learn to trade the news profitably and consistently. Just from today alone, if I bring over the Discord inside Day Trading University, we can see Jacob right here. Remember I said earlier, you can use this analysis for US 30, which he's trading US 30 right here. We have Wally, he made over $1,000 on Nasdaq today. And then we go down to Makana. This is the reversal that you can see right here on Nasdaq that I was just showing you from one of the entries that we took. These are traders who are doing this live with me every day inside Day Trading University, and they are killing it. So everybody who tells you don't trade the news and stay away from fundamentals, it's a myth, and hopefully these videos help you understand that. So I'll bring over my economic calendar and we're gonna cover the inflation data that actually came out today. And just in case you didn't see it, I put a video up explaining my expectations and analysis for this inflation data before it came out. So we'll find the link and put it somewhere up here. When we take a look over at inflation data, this was the expectations right here. And I'll make this easy so you guys don't have to do math. This was the difference, right? So what this means is when you see 0, it means that there was no surprise. It came out exactly as expected. And then when you see the minus button here, we can see that means it came out below expected. And then the one that doesn't have a minus at all, but it has a number, that means it came out above expected. So when you look at this data, it was mixed. And that's really what I don't like to see. So we take a look here, we have core CPI came out above expected, but then CPI year over year came out below expected, and then these two came out exactly as expected. So this isn't exactly the most ideal type of data that I like to trade. If anything, I said it in my analysis video, if the data comes out mixed or if it comes out exactly as expected, I'm just gonna keep my bias, which is I'm still looking for gold buys and I'm looking for NAS buys. So let's start with breaking down how gold reacted. I'm gonna focus on this area right here, not this pullback and the continuation, because realistically, we're still consolidating, but I wanna focus specifically on how gold reacted to the data. Now in my analysis video, I was saying gold is very tricky when it comes to inflation data because you can get kind of a lopsided or a double-sided direction, if you will. And you can see that's exactly what happened here. Even with mixed data, it didn't really come out all above or all below. Gold was just choppy. So I took one trade on gold, which was right at the live call when the data came out. It was here, and I ended up going break even somewhere up here, and obviously I got taken out at break even. So I didn't take anything more on gold. I think I closed with like $20 or $27 on gold. And I was telling everyone in the live call, if I'm gonna be looking to take another entry on gold, it's gonna be down here. I'm gonna look for a pullback. I don't wanna play in this range, or I'm gonna look for a breakout here. But this entire zone, I'm leaving alone. For anyone who was on the live call with me, you guys saw I locked myself out after my Nasdaq trade, so I couldn't have taken this anyways because I was locked out of my account for the rest of the day. I'm done. I made my profits and that's it. This is the zone I wanted to see in the entries right here, just taking it right back up to the highs following the bias. But the thing is, in order to take this trade right here, you have to not destroy your account in all of this, right? So that's why you just set alerts, wait to see if it breaks the zone or if it holds the support, and then take it right back up when you see this this breakout or the price action for an entry. So it's important to understand what inflation data can do to gold. Even though I'm not taking any trades when the data comes out, I know that usually I want to stay away. And this is why I prefer trading equities like Nasdaq, US 30, SP 500 when we have something like inflation data coming out. So taking a look over at Nasdaq, the price action, I mean, very easy to see what happens here, right? I'm going to put a couple of the entries. I'm not sure if you guys want me to put them here first and then break them down after, or how you want me to do this, but I'm gonna put this here, and if this is helpful so you guys can see it as I'm talking about it, then great. If it isn't, let me know, because there was the buy here, there was a buy here, and there was another entry during the live call for the sells up here, which this one I am against taking, but we have some people who like to take these trades, and it was still a good move right there. When we take a look over at the reaction on NAS, I actually entered way higher than here because I was trading live, so we'll take the recording out and we'll actually put it here. But this move on NAS was fast. I entered way up here and I took it for a scalp with like 15 contracts and I just got out. And I'm happy I did because I entered at the reversal because this was just too fast. And also when this was pushing up, I was in gold buys, the one that ended up getting break even on. So I'm not gonna take something on NAS way up here when I missed the breakout. So when we started to get the consolidation here, this is when we started to see the reversal on Nasdaq. And this was the candle for the entry right here. So I'll put this little green and red box, make this a little easy for you guys to see it. Now, this isn't an entry that I wanted to take, but for other traders who were on the call, they, we did miss a pretty big amount of this NAS push to the upside. So it's normal for traders to start getting that FOMO and then start forcing trades or just looking for something because they're like, oh my God, I missed NAS. I'm gonna take this sell because it's dropping and also because they think we're at all-time highs, it has to drop. And that's fine. We had the price action for it, we had it dropping, but for me, I'm waiting for the pullback and I just wanna get back in on taking buys. And that's what exactly happened. Number one, stock exchange open, this push right here was one of the entries, taking it right back up. This is why it's important to take partials or to not get greedy when you're at all-time highs because we came right back to all-time highs. But what happened here? How come at 9:45, 9:40 in the morning, we got this aggressive pullback? If I play this forward a little more, we continued to drop, right? And we ended up getting a reversal, but what did this drop come from? I'll bring over my analysis channel inside Day Trading University and you can see the headline that I sent right here, 9:45, Trump is considering allowing a major lawsuit against Powell. Now, this is the president announcing a major lawsuit potential against the chair of the Federal Reserve. This is basically just about not cutting interest rates. But we can see right here, I put the screenshot of Nasdaq, how it was reacting, but I was already locked out of my account. So I wasn't trading anymore. And this gave us a perfect opportunity to take sells, at least for a scalp, because that goes against the bias. But the real trade was just waiting for the reversal. And look what Nas did. Like, this is super easy to see. This is why having a bias and understanding that, like, all you need to do is wait for the pullback and take it back up. If you miss the breakout, wait for the pullback. Now, this is assuming that you understand how to create a bias, which is super important because I've said this so many times. The markets are still expecting interest rate cuts. Inflation did not come out higher across the board, and none of that's changing. So any pullback I see on Nasdaq, just like I've been saying for the last 2 weeks of me doing these daily videos, I'm just taking the buys right back up.